Hello, everyone, and welcome to the July 2022 guidance. My name is Melly. I am an akashic reader, a past life psychic, as well as a channeling coach. And today I am giving you the detailed guidance. So if you are following me on Instagram at melly.guidance, each month I am giving you the 3 cards to choose from, and then the day after you get the guidance so you can scroll through my carousel and go see the detail for each card. Here it is, the detailed guidance with an exercise for each card. So if you haven't had the chance to choose your card on Instagram, I am letting you choose right now. So here we have card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. Okay, so for the people who chose the first card, we have the 3 of Wands. So what is special here is that usually with the 3 of Wands, it is about patience. Patience, your seeds are growing. But here I really got, when I channel, because everything's channeled, right? My guidance, the exercises here, it's all channeled with my spirit guides. The spirit guides had some sense of the ship is coming here. It is time, you are getting results. So everything that you were hoping for, if you sent out intentions, if you did manifestation techniques, it is going to pay off. It is going to become more concrete in July. And what I had from the spirit guides with this card, they were bringing my attention to the flames here, so the light of the fire as well as the light of the moon. And they were telling me that a lot of people are going to get some kind of answers, aha moments, you know, that eureka bulb light that you see, like, ding, I'm getting this idea, and now it's clear. So if you have had doubts or you felt like you didn't know where you needed to go, what was going to unfold next, and you kind of felt like in transition and walking in the dark, now it's going to get much more illuminated. And the guides were saying some of you are going to see actual beams of light, and it's going to be a sign with them. So kind of a game that they are playing with you. So either a beam of light showing directly on you or on an object. It's going to bring your attention and tell you, here is your answer. We are there with you, and we are giving you the answer, showing you the way. It doesn't need to be a ray of sunshine, just a beam of light, whatever type of light it is. And so the exercise that I had for the first card is the 1 sign a day exercise. So spirit guides are inviting you to talk to them each day, and each day ask them for a sign. And I suggest you to do this on your mornings so that you get more time to receive the signs. Every morning, ask them to guide you, to show you a sign, not necessarily regarding what you are wishing for, what you are waiting for. You can do it sometimes, but not all the time. And just to play with your intuition and really develop it and be more attuned with the communications with the universe. And the way that we receive signs is mostly through the 4 clairs. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know I did like a whole month on clairs and with exercises that you can try out. And so we have clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is everything that you see. You can see through your third eye through meditations, but in everyday life, be on the lookout for everything that you see. We see so many ads everywhere on TV, on the web, on billboards, and I'm not asking you to watch the ads, but sometimes things like ads that we tune out because there are so many, we need to tune them out, but we are going to have our attention on one billboard, and there's this word that flashes there are full sentences, but there is this word that we see and we know it's the answer. We know it's the way to go. So be on lookout for images, for animals that you see. It can be spirit animals. It can be animals that show up at a place where they wouldn't usually show up, or at a time of day where they wouldn't show up usually. So be on the lookout for that. It's really a sign from the spirit guides, and it's going to be part of the puzzle, part of the answer. We also have clairaudience. So clairaudience, I see it as communicating with the third ear. It's as if we're on the phone with someone and we can hear messages, but there's no actual phone. We don't know where these words or sentences are coming from, but we can hear them. And I'm not talking about thoughts that are coming from us, oftentimes coming from the ego. It might be thoughts of fear, might be thinking about what you're going to do next, or it's like, no, it's really something that comes to you directly. And there is very close to that, there is clear knowing. Now, it's not like hearing with your third ear. It's really like, boom, the knowledge is here. I am getting this flash, this idea. I just know within myself that this is a message that I'm getting. And the fourth clair is clairsentience. And clairsentience is is a strong sign that oftentimes is paired with another clair. And for example, I can see a word and I really feel like it's a message, but I'm not sure. But then boom, I'm getting clairsentience. I'm getting chills, or I'm getting hot all of a sudden. I'm getting super excited. So it's feelings / emotions with clairsentience. And in my opinion, it's a mix of both. And it's always coming from outside of us. So we don't get chills because we're right next to the AC. We're getting chills out of nowhere, okay? So be on the lookout and play with your intuition, because the guides are sending you messages and are helping you so that your projects come to fruition. And now the second card, we have the death card. And yes, I am smiling every time I pick up the death card. And this is because death means the end of something. Okay, so I know a lot of people are afraid that someone is going to die close to them. So the percentage of probability that this is going to happen when we pull out the death card is very, very tiny. This is a message about something ending in our life, and it is the dawn of a new beginning. And this is good because something that no longer serves us is dying. And so we are there to transform, and it might be something that is dying. Maybe you just got laid off, and it's part of your work life that is dying. It's part of a chapter that is closing. But then something that is always better and in our highest interest comes up. And the exercise that I had for the second card is the eagle exercise. So what's going on when a chapter is closing and a situation is dying? So maybe it's a situation about you and your behaviors, your pattern. Maybe it's a relationship that is ending. Oftentimes there is pain. And we are seeing this moment as a huge, huge moment in our lives, and it's hard to get out of it and to get perspective. So the eagle is asking you to get perspective, and the guides were suggesting to do this while meditating. Now, if you're not a big meditator, just take a few deep breaths just to get you in the right mood, and then close your eyes and visualize yourself being the eagle, or having this little eagle beside you helping you out. You're going to imagine yourself looking at the situation that you are in and that you know is coming to an end, or maybe it's already came to an end. And you are going to see yourself pulling yourself up in the air and having this perspective, like when we're on a plane and we're looking down and the houses are super tiny, and it really feels strange that we were living at that place that we are leaving because we are going somewhere else. It's the same, like this problem that felt huge, now you're having perspective and it isn't as big as it used to. And be attentive to how you feel when you look at that situation that is ending and it became all of a sudden so small, and the fact that you are up there, you are more detached, and since you are more detached, you are able to have a new outlook on what is going on. um, Now, you might not get all the full guidance just with that exercise. So the guys were saying to ask them questions. So really pull yourself up and ask your spirit guides. I had two questions for them. What is this teaching you right now? And how is this in your best interest? Because even though it might be difficult in the long term, everything that happens is in our best interest. It's there to give you the experiences that you need to learn valuable life lessons and evolve. And so if you feel like you don't know who you're talking to with the spirit guides, you can just have that little eagle that is going up with you, and you can turn around and ask the eagle, what is this teaching me and how is it in my best interest? Okay, now third card, we have the 10 of Wands with this little cat and the wheelbarrow. And I just realized I never told you which card deck it is. So it is from Soul Cat's Companion by Lisa Robertson. So that's why you're seeing all these cats. I forgot to mention. And so here, third card, 10 of Wands, we're getting this cat with its wheelbarrow. And with this card, the message was so clear with the spirit guides. They were saying it's time to leave. So something is ending, but maybe you're trying to stay in that situation, to really hang on, but it's really time to leave all this behind. And if you chose both of these cards here, the Death card and the 10 of Wands, the message is clear. Something is ending and don't get stuck in it. It's time to go. So when I'm saying it's time to go, it can be on many levels. Maybe it's a behavior that you have that needs to go. If you know me and you've heard my story and you listen to the podcasts I went on, I'm talking about how what triggered my spiritual awakening. Well, one of my triggers was I was being so stressed out when my daughter was little that I was becoming this monster, being stressed, being frustrated, and screaming at her. I looked at myself and realized I was becoming this monster, and I was in this vicious cycle of stress that I couldn't get out of. And that wasn't myself, that was my ego. So I was possessed by that. So sometimes you just know that you need to get out of a repetitive pattern that is not serving you and that is not serving others for sure. It might be relationships, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship that you need to leave, you need to let go. Think about toxic people and energy vampires. For example, think about how you feel about people. Like every time you go see a friend, before going to see them, you're like, oh, not again. Like I have to do this. I have to see that person. Feels like a task. It feels heavy. Or when you come back home after meeting these people, you're like, oh my God, I am completely drained. I have no energy. They just talked for hours about negative stuff, about their problems, and they were like asking so much of me. So you need to leave these relationships. I really got the sense that for some people, there are romantic relationships that aren't good, that you need to step out of completely. You need to close the door on that. And it might be other things with family, with work that you really need to leave. And the exercise that I got with that is decluttering. So I love Marie Kondo. I love her KonMari method. And it depends. This is a collective guidance. So it depends on what applies to you. For some people, it is literal decluttering in your home on the physical 3D level. So you might have too much stuff in your home and you need to let go of a lot of stuff, or maybe you started to change, like something ended and you're letting go and you started leaving, you started pulling out of a situation and you've changed and your home doesn't reflect the new person that you became. So you need to refresh and change. And also decluttering on a personal level. So I was talking about how we don't want to get stuck in the same repetitive pattern. So it is a type of decluttering, or of saying, this attitude that I have, this behavior, this repetitive pattern no longer serves me and I am letting it go. And it's not welcome in my energies anymore. Or decluttering on a social level, letting types of friends go, letting people go. And something that is very important with that image of the wheelbarrow, you see there are little like horns in his wheelbarrow. What do you want to keep after a situation ends or after a relationship ends? What do you want to keep? You don't want to keep the old patterns. You don't want to keep what no longer serves you. You want to keep what brings you joy. Think about that. That's Marie Kondo's method, spark joy. Only keep what sparks joy on every level. So think about that and don't bring with you the bad juju, the negative energies, because what is going to happen? When we're having experiences, it's there to teach us lessons. If we don't learn the lesson fully, it's going to happen again. So let's take the example of someone who is in a codependent relationship. And that person realizes what she is in, that she's too much dependent on their partner, and decides to leave. So that's good. So there's some reflection there. That person realized what she was going through. So there are some lessons that have been learned, but they end up a few months later in a new relationship and the same pattern happens. There's codependency again. And so the lesson hasn't been learned fully. And that is because this person in their wheelbarrow just kept bringing on the same stuff. So maybe not all the horns were negative, bad juju, but some of them were. So this is what the guides were saying, like, be careful what you bring with you. Only bring things that serve you, energies, people, situations, everything that sparks joy for you. So this is it, people. This is a collective guidance for July 2022. If you want a more personalized guidance, I do offer akashic readings. You can check out on my Instagram profile. You go click on the link and it will bring you to my booking page. And soon I will have a website where you'll be able to go to. And I do offer channeling coaching sessions as well. So if you want to get in contact with your spirit guides, your intuition, but you have some doubts on the message that you are getting, you want to get more confident, everyone can do it. Everyone is connected to the source. We all have that ability in us. That is why I'm never saying that this is a gift. It's an ability that we all have and that we can work on. So I am offering channeling sessions where you get guidance from the guides, where you get to know what is the fast track for you to learn. Maybe you have a clair that is more developed already, and the guides are giving you exercises. So a bit like in what we do here with exercises for guidance, but really geared towards developing and honing your psychic gifts. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this guidance. Let me know in the comments. Either you can DM me on Instagram, or you can write down in the comments on YouTube. Let me know how this resonates with you. And once you get to do the exercises, also feel free to contact me and let me know how the exercises went. Okay, so thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.